grassroots organization that works with the LGBTIQ plus community. We provide support and protection for each and every individual who asks for it.
حلم started as an underground movement online in 1998. It's a bunch of people who met online, and with time they started to meet in reality, and they started something called Club 3. And then from Club 3, the idea of Halim came out, and it was registered in 2004.
Halim as an organization or as a space exists out of a need. This need is based on the challenges that the LGBTIQ plus individuals have to express every day, or challenges that they have to deal with every day, either on a social level or an institutional level or on a legal level. On a social level, LGBTIQ plus, especially trans individuals, deal with social discrimination, violence, and stigma. On an institutional level, it's always the same for the LGBTIQ plus individuals, where they cannot benefit from the services that they have the right to benefit from, either educational or medical and so on. And when it comes to the legal aspect, well, sadly in Lebanon it's illegal to be an individual with a non-normative sexual orientation or gender identity, so this creates a major challenge with individuals, because they don't only have to deal with social discrimination but also with a law, a very concrete thing that might affect their whole life.
We go to police stations when someone is detained, we hire them lawyers, we pay their bills, and we continue with them throughout their court. So Halim takes care of that. Halim also does the advocacy program, we have the capacity building program, and we have documentation and reporting. So basically we document all abuses, and we issue reports from time to time about trends of abuses by certain police stations or certain institutions.
Sometimes people are arrested under Article 534 of the Penal Code and have to go into investigations, have to stay in prison or to stay in detention centers, have to go to court, and to actually most of the times be called guilty of being LGBTIQ+.
Halim is the first LGBT organization not only in Lebanon but also in the Arab world to be established. So it's kind of a legacy, not only in Lebanon but also to any LGBT rights movement in the Arab region.
We provide a number of services, the social services, the legal services, the safe spaces, the capacity building, and along with that we have the advocacy program that has been going on since 2004, where we aim to abolish Article 534 of the Penal Code. And we're still on into that. We've had our ups, our downs, we've had our wins, our fights, our lost battles, but here we are today with a safe space, with a growing organization, with a volunteer system that is open for everyone and that provides a chance for people to grow and to actually become activists and leader activists in the community. And the proof to that is the number of organizations that Halim helped in starting up, such as Lebmash, Mosaic, AFE, Marsa, some feminist clubs in Lebanon, and so on.
Lebmash, which is a bunch of doctors who were part of Halim, who used to help and volunteer in Halim, who decided to create kind of more into targeting professionals and creating like educating professionals on LGBT health, especially mental health as well. And they are the ones who actually initiated that. The Lebanese psychologist and psychiatrist issued the statement in 2013 to say homosexuality is not a disease, it cannot be cured, and therefore stop the discrimination.
So technically we are a platform to create more platforms. So it's kind of impossible. You can shut Halim down if they want to, but it's impossible to stop the movement now. Halim, along with other LGBTIQ plus organizations, have annual campaigns throughout the International Day against homophobia, transphobia, and phobia against bisexual individuals and queer individuals. So we do run campaigns every year. This year it was the most successful campaign ever and the most challenging, as the campaign reached out to higher rate of audience that we did not expect. But on the other hand, we got threats from Islamist groups that stopped our conference from happening at a certain solid venue in Beirut city. But we decided to call it a hit bag, and we decided to run a campaign. In 10 hours we could actually create a parallel campaign which was called Shame on You, because the concerned parties in Lebanon did not actually do their job in protecting us. And we had a parallel campaign, a parallel virtual conference, and we reached out to 43,000 viewers. So that was a huge success to us, and it was the perfect thing to tell the religious extremists and the government that we do exist, we will exist, we will always be able to exist somehow. The social media is actually the best platform for us to promote for our values, to actually tell people of our fight, to actually send messages to people who need us and to the people who fight us. It's a way actually to break down some misconceptions that the local media has been promoting for, because they do control people's ways of thinking. So with the social media, we're telling the local media that, hello, no, this is what you are telling people is wrong. This is what people should know.
It's a friend of mine who did it. It's like Clint the Kiss.
Yeah.
And but you have two dervish. I love Sufis. I love Rumi. So you have two dervish kissing, and you feel like the emotions in the faces are like Clint's kiss. It was an HIV fundraiser. This is our small LGBT library that we've established in the center. So this is Barra magazine. It's the first LGBT publication in the Arab world that was published in Arabic. In these magazines, people express about social issues, about psychological issues, latest developments on rights and everything. It spreads awareness, talks about things that concern the LGBT community.
It's the most challenging job I've ever had. The most challenging, the least I can say. I'm a woman from a conservative background, working on bodily rights, personal freedom, sexual rights. That's an ongoing fight for me on a personal level. And as for Halam, well, it is really hard to work in such an environment, especially that we're not registered, so we have to struggle with funds, especially that we deal with activists who are okay with the human rights, but it's not the perfect time to talk about sexual rights, so we have to deal with all kinds of challenges. But when it comes to our battles that we fought and we won, it's really satisfying. It really boosts the energy of the whole team. It would really give us hope for at least 20 years ahead, to just implement more projects, to just empower more people.
There was this opening for this center, and actually this is what interests me the most. The community center interests me more than the bureaucracy and social work and Haida. For me, the community center is all about being with people, living with them all the time. So I thought, for the first time, this is a good opportunity to join Halam. I've met some Iranian LGBT individuals in Beirut or coming to visit who live in Europe and Haida, and I know for a fact that there is an underground movement in Iran that is worth discovering, that one day I might be joining there and being with the LGBT community.
Hopefully, we will have more safe spaces, an increase in safe spaces, an increased number of empowered activists. I see Halam within a coalition that we are working on creating now with LGBTIQ plus organizations. I see Halam providing services to people outside Beirut, which is our ultimate dream, to get out of the capital or to have access outside the capital. And most importantly, to actually be heading somewhere with the advocacy program regarding Article 534. But since we live in this area of the world that we do not know how, politically speaking, things turn upside down in a day or in a week. So we really do not know what to expect, but we always have a strategy and a lot of hopes.